Hi, everyone. I'm super happy to be here. It's my pleasure to be able to share a bit of my knowledge, of my experience related to remote jobs and things that nobody told you about your remote jobs, about remote jobs in general. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Juliana Rabbi. My background is in psychology and in HR, and I currently work as a career coach, specifically for people who want to land remote jobs. So this is what I want to share today, a bit of things that nobody told you about remote job, but you might want to know that if you're considering going remotely soon. So let's go for it. So let's clarify some important ideas first. Let's stay on the same page here. So let's define what remote job means, right? There are different ways to define that, but I would say that remote job for this presentation is any kind of job that can be done outside of the office. Okay, so just to make it easy. Still, it's not that simple, and there are different kind of remote jobs. So some jobs, they are partially remote, so some days you have to go to the office, some days you can work from home or from anywhere. Some jobs, they are fully remote, so you can work 100% outside of the office. And some jobs, that's a new thing that happened because of COVID. Some people are working remotely temporarily just during COVID, and once the pandemic is a bit more under control, they will have to go back to the office. So it's kind of a temporarily remote job. So the point number one that I want to share with you that nobody told you about remote jobs is that not all the remote jobs, they are the same. You should get clarity about which kind of remote job works better for you. So are you looking for a partially remote job? Are you okay with going some days to the office and some days staying home? Or do you want a fully remote job that you can work from anywhere? Or are you okay with working remotely for a couple of months more until the pandemic is better? So clarity is the key here. There is no wrong or right answer. It's just that you should define which kind of remote work you want, fully remotely, partially, or just during the pandemic. And the remote job you choose is going to support your lifestyle. That's extremely important to talk about. For me, career and lifestyle are like that. They are very connected because the job you have, the career you have, will support the lifestyle you have, the way you live, where you live, the schedule that you have, the people you relate to, your personal and professional goals. So it's extremely important to think about a remote job, not only as a job, but as something that will support all the other areas of your life. That's why it is so important to choose well when you are going for a remote job. Aspect number two that nobody told you about remote jobs is that you can try to negotiate going remote with your current company. Yes, that's true. So let's imagine that your job now is not remote. Maybe you're temporarily working remotely because of COVID, but you want to keep working remotely once everyone goes back to the office. So did you know that this is an option? You can negotiate. You can at least try to negotiate with your company to keep working remotely even after the pandemic. That is a possibility, and a lot of people are successful doing that. So you better prepare for this meeting or conversation with your manager when you request to keep working remotely. So prepare in advance. Don't do this just like a casual talk while you're having coffee. Prepare for that. Request a formal meeting. That's what I suggest. And show results that you had while you're working from home. So demonstrate that you can be productive, can be a good employee, even working from home, because that's what you did during COVID. Show the benefits to the company. You can talk about your motivation, about savings for them. So make it very clear for them also. And don't talk only about you. I want to work remotely. It's better for me. I don't want to commute. Talk also about the company, which benefits the company will get if they allow you to keep working remotely after the pandemic. But this is an option that you might want to consider if you're temporarily remote only during COVID and you want to keep working remotely in the same company after COVID. Okay. Aspect number three that nobody told you about remote jobs is that just applying for job offers won't help. Let me say that again. Just applying for job offers won't help. I don't know if you have heard this expression, spray and pray, but this is a funny way to refer to, people who apply to several jobs and then they just sit and pray that it will work out. They don't do anything else. It's just applying for jobs. This technique is what most of people do, but it's not effective anymore. We are in 2021. Things have changed. So instead of just applying for jobs and wait for the company to contact you, you should differentiate yourself from other candidates. There are so many competitors, so many people applying for remote jobs right now. So you better be different. You better create a positive impact. And also the network that you have and referrals, people that work in the company that can mention your name, will make a big difference. So forget about just, oh, I'm applying for 5 jobs per day, I'm fine, right? No, probably not. You need to do something more, go one step behind, above that. Aspect number 4 that nobody told you about remote job is that the hidden job market is real. Are you familiar with this concept of the hidden job market? Have you heard about it before? The hidden job market is the term used to define a real situation. That is 80% of the positions available right now, 10th of June 2021, positions available, real positions out there, they are not posted anywhere. So you won't find those positions on LinkedIn, on Indeed, on Monster, or any job board. There are different reasons for that. We won't cover it right now, but I want to tell you that most of the positions available, you won't find them posted anywhere. But they exist. They are real, and normally they are the best ones, the ones that you can negotiate a higher salary, that you have more flexibility, the more strategic positions in the company. So it's extremely important that you have access to those positions, because otherwise, if you just apply for jobs, you're competing with only 20% of the real positions that exist. How to have access to this hidden job market, right? Well, as I mentioned before, networking is the key, is the way to get there, and referrals also is the way to access the hidden job market. So remember that 80% of the positions, you'll never find them posted, but they exist and you can go for them if you know how to use your network and referrals also. Aspect number 5 that nobody told you about remote jobs is that, yes, you can negotiate your salary. Yes, yes, yes. This is a possibility. This is something you should take advantage of when you are in a recruitment process. First, you need to understand that there is the salary, the amount of money the company will pay you every month, every 2 weeks. But also, apart from the salary, there are the benefits that you can include in the salary negotiation. And when I say benefits, for remote companies, for example, I listed a few of them. They are amazing, in my opinion. So some of them, for example, will let you choose the equipment, the kind of computer, the headphones, and all of that you want to work. Some companies will pay for the trainings that you want to do. So if you want to get a certification or something, you request, and the company will pay that for you. Some companies, they will give you unlimited vacation. How cool is that, right? You don't have a maximum amount of vacation per year. You can take as many holidays as you want as far as the work is done, obviously. So there are different benefits that you can also include into the negotiation. That is not only the salary, but my point here is you can negotiate your salary. You don't just need to accept the offer. There are ways to negotiate the salary to increase the chance that you're going to get what you want. And one of them, the initial one, is that you understand deeply what the company needs, what is the problem that the person hired for that position is going to solve, and then understand why you are the right person to do that. And obviously demonstrate that to the company. So show clearly why you're the right person to solve the problem that the company has. Then understand how much the market is paying for similar positions. So you do need to make some search in advance. So when you go for the salary negotiation, you know what other companies, similar companies, are paying for that position. So that gives you more power to negotiate. And also be able to share real examples, results, achievement, concrete stuff that demonstrate, that confirm that you are a great candidate, that you're the best candidate for the position, and that you're going to make a positive impact if you are hired by the company. So it's all about preparation. Don't just go for the salary negotiation like, oh, I don't know what to say, I'm just sit on the table and wait. Prepare yourself in advance, because you increase the chances of getting a higher salary and more benefits. Number 6, the location where the company is registered or located, if they have a physical office, is also very important. It has a lot to do with you, because imagine maybe the time zone will be different. Maybe you are in the US, the company is in the US, you are in Asia, so you're going to have a big time difference. And if you have to attend some meetings or provide direct service to the clients, you might need to be in the same time zone that the company is requested. Also for tax purpose, some companies, they won't hire people from even to work remotely, but to from different countries because of the taxes. It's very complicated. They're not willing to do taxes in different countries, so you need to know that in advance. Also the salary. So if it's an American company, they might pay in dollars. If it's an Indian company, they're going to pay in the local money. So you need to also see if it makes sense for you, the kind of currency that you're going to get paid, and it has a lot to do with where the company is located. So check all those things in advance, even before, if possible, before applying for the job. Understand where the headquarters or where is the company registered to see if it makes sense to you to go for it. Number 7 of the things that nobody told you about salary negotiation. You don't need to start from scratch. You don't need to go only for junior positions. I understand if you tell me, Juliana, I'm new to this remote work environment. It's going to be my first remote job. I don't have experience in this area. But hey, listen to me. You are a professional. You have a career, you have studies, you have a background. So you do have a lot of things on your backpack that you can bring to the table, even if you never work remotely. So use your background, use your previous experience to make the most of this experience, and try to find a job that is related to your area of expertise. This is the easiest way to start a remote career. Get what you're doing right now, the job you have, the profession you have, or something you did in the past, and check if you can do that thing, that profession, that job in a remote environment. That's the easiest way. So you bring everything that you know already and you just do the job remotely. Another option is if some people want to change careers, they want to start, they want to start a brand new career, or the job they do or the experience they have actually cannot be done remotely. So in this case, yes, you're going to need to start from scratch. So probably going to need to do some trainings, study, learn, and most likely start in a more junior position. So remember that junior positions, they will pay you less than if you had senior positions. So just understand, before you start from scratch, start signing up for courses, go back to the university and all of that. See if what you do right now can be done remotely. Number 8 of the things that nobody told you about remote jobs. You can also consider remote companies that you have never heard about. Yeah, those ones that you're like, I never heard about this company. It can still be a good option for you. I'm sure that there are some remote companies that come to your mind right now, right? When you're talking about it, maybe you know 2 or 3 of them, and that's great. But the remote world environment, the companies, there are much more out there. So especially if you're just starting, just thinking about going remote, don't go just for the big companies, the one that everyone talks about, because first of all, there will be more competitors. So if anyone knows about that company, more people will apply for jobs in that company. So keep open to get to know more remote companies. But how to do that, right? Especially if you're new. I have no idea. How can I know about the companies that hire remote? I have 4 ways to do that. One is using LinkedIn. It's a free tool. You can put in the job, when you go on jobs on LinkedIn to search for jobs, add your job title, the job title you're looking for, and then in location, instead of putting a place, just write remote and click on the search, and you're going to find all the companies that are hiring remote at the moment. So that's a way to get familiar with that. Ask your friends. If you have friends that are working remotely at the moment, ask them, hi, where do you work? How is working there? Do you know all the companies that hire for a similar position? So talk to people who are already working remotely. Attend online events like this one and others that people that are in the event might be working remotely. So you can search where they work and you add that to your list. And then, of course, you can check specific job boards for remote jobs. I mentioned some here that are much more, but just gather all this information and make your own list so you have more options of remote companies to apply for. Number 9, take care of your online presence. So LinkedIn is extremely important. Your resume or your curriculum, the cover letter. So people will check that. Okay, don't think they won't, because they will. And then the question is it reflecting the best version of you? So LinkedIn, cover letter, resume is still very important. So take care of that. And number 10, Even if you work from home only during the pandemic, use this experience on your own benefit. So make sure you mention that worked from home, work remotely during the pandemic. This is something you do want to highlight on LinkedIn, on your resume, mention on the job interview. So make sure you make the most of that, because you did work remotely, even if it was for a short period of time. But let's talk about it, right? Let's highlight about that. And now, to finish, I know I spoke a lot of things here. Think about one action, one single thing that you can apply tomorrow to make your job search for remote jobs easier, to get closer to it. So write down one action, one thing, one idea that you want to implement tomorrow to get things started, because otherwise we're just talking here and we don't implement, and then you won't see the results. So one action that you can apply tomorrow to get you closer to your remote jobs. That's it. Our time is very short. I hope I could add value to you. I would love to keep in contact. So my name is Juliana Rabbi, career coach for remote jobs. If you go to my website, julianarabbi.com, you can find almost my social media links. I would love to connect to keep this conversation further, talking to you through LinkedIn, through email, and all of that. So thank you very much. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Thank you.